Hey guys, Buffin Gaming back, bringing another video today for our favorite weapon series. And today I'm going to show you this M4 build that I'm making, and I'm calling this the TX15 MPC-e, or the Multi Purpose Carbine Enhanced, made by Star Armory. So we have some of the attachments to kind of make this a more similar build. Cosmetically, it's not exact. Let's go ahead, I'll show you how to build this. Then we'll show out some real gameplay in a boots on the ground war map that I did today. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here we have our final design for the TX15 Multi Purpose Carbine Enhanced variant. So let's go ahead and back out and we'll strip this down at base. So first off, the blueprint that I'm using for this one, if we jump into all of our M4 blueprints, now I'm using for this one the zip tie blueprint because it gives us that different cosmetic change to the 14-inch barrel here. Now we used to be able to do this. If you covered the lvoa-c videos, you go back and look at those. We used to be able to originally build this out of the XRK M4 here that we see. This blueprint, if you slapped a before season 1, if you put a 14-inch barrel on this, it gave you the same barrel that we see with the zip tie, which kind of would have made a better variant for this. But here you see I resaved my lvoa-c for the TX15 MPC-e. So this is more of a cosmetic change, so I hesitate to call it a conversion, but let's go ahead and select that zip tie blueprint. And this was available in the store during season 1 if you're able to get your hands on it. If not, I'm sure it'll be back around at some point, and we can expect more blueprints coming down the road for season 2 that would more similarly replicate this as well, I'm sure. So this is our base zip tie. I'll link the videos down below for this, but let's go ahead and we want to strip this down to the base build here. And we're going to start with the monolithic suppressor. So the monolithic suppressor is going to give us sound suppression as well as damage at range, with the cons being ADS speed as well as aim walking steadiness. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. Now the barrel is key for this. So this is a custom cosmetic barrel for the 14.5-inch tack light that you get with the zip tie, and we used to have it with the XRK as well. So this is going to give us the same stats as the 14.5, which is a cosmetic change. So the ADS speed is a pro, with the con being bullet velocity. Go ahead and put that on there, and you can see it actually makes it over 14.5 inches. It extends the barrel in the handguard to about 16 inches in total, and then we have that suppressor on there, so it's even a little bit longer as well. Now for the optic, I'm going to go ahead and use a integral hybrid, which most closely resembles like a hammer sight that we see in games like Escape from Tarkov, and also use on this weapon IRL. So with this, just a custom, this is really personal preference. This is going to give me the 3.5-inch scout sight with the top mounted red dot that you can toggle between. And the only con here is the ADS speed, but it doesn't give you a big enough hit to that to really worry about it. So go ahead and select that. Now stock we're going to leave at base. There's a couple different versions of the TX15. If we were to make the DML, which is essentially a designated marksman rifle variant of the weapon, we would need a different stock. But since we're going for the multi-purpose carbine enhanced, we can stay with this base Magpul stock, which most closely resembles what we see on the TX15 MPC. So we'll go ahead and leave the base stock for this. Now for the perk, we'll also go ahead and skip out on, and then the rear grip, this is where I just needed to throw in another attachment, and I found this helped out to control the recoil. So I put on a rubberized grip tape. This is going to help with recoil control, with the cons being aiming stability. So we'll go ahead and put that on. Then the last attachment, we're going to skip ammo. If you really want to swap out an attachment, you can get rid of that grip and put a 50 or a 60 round mag on there, or you can even do a 4.58 SOCOM if you're trying to use it more as a DML. But we'll go ahead and leave the base because we get that Magpul PMag type magazine there for that 30 round 5.56 NATO. Now we're going to go with the underbarrel. So for this, I'm going to go ahead. You can absolutely do something like a bipod if you want, but since we really don't have this strong enough, unless you were to run 4.58, and depending on situations that you were going to use it in, I personally haven't used this. I've used similar builds with like the SR25s that we did. You can check out those videos also. But for this one, I'm going to go with the Ranger foregrip. This is going to help us with the pros being recoil control as well as aiming stability, and the cons being aim walking movement speed and aim down sight speed. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. And this is our final design. Now, since the TX15 multi-purpose carbine and all of the TX15 models essentially come in an all-black finish, now we don't have the black stock for this, unfortunately. So if we had the XRK, we would have that different custom stock that we could use for the M16 that would more closely resemble something closer to what we want. But this actually fits the MPC multi-purpose carbine. So what we're going to do is for the camouflages, for the spray paint section, we're going to put on smoke is a good choice. Any of these ones that make it dark. So pinstripe suit, chain link is probably a no, but nightfall, and then also smoke. So for this one, I'm going to use smoke is what I'm using in the gameplay. We'll go ahead and select that, and this is our final design for the TX15 Multi Purpose Carbine. So you can see here, and this is the enhanced version. Obviously, we're using the zip tie blueprint. This is also not quite exactly. We don't have the right handguard by Lone Star Armory, but it looks more so very cosmetically similar. Also closer to an lvoa-c that you covered in the blueprint video for this weapon. So I'll show the comparison on screen for the TX15 versus this. Pretty close. The only differences are the handguard. The handguard on the TX15 is a custom from Lone Star Armory, which we unfortunately don't have in the game for this one. And other than that, it's very, very similar. There's a lot of custom Lone Star Armory parts on the TX15, obviously, since that's where it's produced. But it is an AR-15 variation at base. So maybe in the future we'll get some different blueprints to make the DML variant and maybe more closely resemble the handguard that we see with the TX15 Multi Purpose Carbine in real life. So now I'll go ahead and just jump into the gameplay for this. So you'll see me using this on Ground War. We're playing Boots on the Ground War, which is realism Ground War with no tanks, which is pretty good. It makes much more infantry-focused gameplay, which is very fun. And you'll see me using this. Me and Mooman are playing this game, and I definitely get off. I'm trying to use this more as a DML variant of the weapon, so basically a designated marksman rifle. Trying to use it at longer ranges while utilizing burst firing, as well as some single firing here and there. But the good thing about this weapon is you can toggle to the hybrid dot sight, red dot sight that's mounted on top of the integral hybrid for more close quarters engagements, and then also for those medium to longer range engagements, you can mount or use that 3.5-inch scout sight on there, which is very effective, especially in Ground War. If you're able to shoot for headshots, it's going to be a one-shot kill for these new Boots on the Ground, the realism Ground War gameplays that we see. So get off to a little bit of a slow start. Just really playing around with this for the second game in a row here, and I'm really trying to use it at different ranges. So you see me mainly using it at longer ranges, medium to long range, and then also I get into some close quarters as well. We end up getting a chopper gunner at the very end to end the game, and we win it. And it was a pretty close fought game, and I ended up getting my stride near the end of the game, which was good. But overall, a very good weapon. I really like how this weapon works. I've always been a big fan of the M4. Obviously, it is the meta weapon in the game, but trying to turn it into something like a TX15 here was very fun, and trying to use it in more of a sort of a situation that we would use a TX15 DML and even like a multi-purpose carbine, trying to utilize it in different situations. So the new Boots on the Ground War definitely gives you the opportunity to do both. I really do like this build. So for those of you wondering, again, the TX15 is, I'll put a link to their website down below. You can check out the different variants of the weapon, but I actually first discovered this in Escape from Tarkov. So as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, I've been playing that a little bit off stream and on stream time to time, trying to get some footage and do some more videos on that game as well. And I came across the TX15 the other day and kind of fell in love with it. So I wanted to see what I could do with that in Modern Warfare and how I could make it. So basically, this is from Lone Star Armory, which is obviously located in Texas, and there's a lot of different variants of this weapon, but essentially Lone Star Armory is the most versatile platform. Is the TX15 Multi-Purpose Carbine Enhanced, utilizes the finest components available today, from matched billet receiver sets, the state-of-the-art coatings, which is the paint and the finish of the weapon, providing match-grade accuracy and proven reliability. The MPC-e excels at any task on the range, in the field, or on the job. So overall, very good gun. In real life, it'll cost you a little bit over about $3,200, and it does come in different barrel sizes. So we can do a 14.5 inch, a 16, and 18 for the multi-purpose carbine enhanced, and then if you were to go with a DML, we would have a 20-inch barrel for that. And also, does come with that custom handguard by Lone Star Armory. So the handguard is an LSA Lone Star Armory Ion Light M-Lock handguard, and that obviously comes in 13.5 inch, 15 inch, and 16 inch. So let me know what you guys think of this weapon. I'm gonna basically leave you with the gameplay here. And I'm trying to build a TX15. I really would like to see a blueprint in the future to make it a little bit more closely resembling an actual TX15 multi-purpose carbine with that custom ion handguard for the M-Lock that we get. This weapon's handguard is more of a lvoa-c, low visibility operational carbine, which we covered in the blueprint video. So it's more so resembling that, but we tried to make it best we could the TX15 with a cosmetic changer. So it would be really good to see a blueprint for that going forward, and even I'd really like to see a blueprint for a DML variant of this weapon, which would have that 20-inch barrel with obviously the custom handguard, and then we would have a custom buttstock, which would be a complete cosmetic change to the weapon as well. And I think that would be really fun to use, especially with a 4.58 SOCOM, if they were to give us a cosmetic change to make it appear to be a larger PMag, like the 30-round mag that we see on the here with the 5.56. I think that would just be really neat. We could use just a 10-round 5.48 SOCOM, but make it appear as if it's a 30-round magazine. Just for a cosmetic change, I think it would be fun. So it was definitely a lot of fun playing around with this weapon. I played with it a couple games in a row, and definitely it excels pretty much in all situations you could want. Long range, medium range, close range also. So the M4, one of the most versatile, if not the most versatile, and probably hands down the best weapon in the game, and it shows why, especially with this build. So very good build here. Let me know what you guys think down below. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're liking the content. Hopefully we'll be getting Battle Royale or Warzone here in the next week or two. We'll be covering a little bit of that, as well as some more weapon conversions going forward as the blueprints and things like that come out down the road. Also, if you want to get a hold of me on social media, my links are down below for Instagram and Twitter. Feel free to message me there if you want to get into a discussion. Also be sure to join the Discord, so we have a nice community going over there. Getting close to 100 people in that Discord. We just started it a few weeks back, so feel free, if you have any custom builds of yourself that you're playing with and want to see and want to share them with the community, go ahead and jump in there and feel free to post your custom builds as well, and maybe we'll play around with those on stream or even do some in a video if they're really good builds. So I'll leave you guys with that. Just a longer video today because it's ground war. I'll cut it up a little bit so it doesn't drag on too much. There's a lot of sit-in and engagements at longer ranges here too, but I'll try and get you some good action here. But let me know down below what you think. This is the zip tie blueprint, cosmetically turning it into the best we can, at least, to the TX15 Multi Purpose Carbine enhanced by Lone Star Armory out of Texas. So until next time, Buffering Gaming, out.
On target. Good hit.
They're all up behind Charlie, like D area.
Yeah.
Captured Alpha. Eagles jet ready for
What the
tasking.
heck is that?
Got a VTOL coming in.
Enemies. Standing by for launch.
This one. Alright, where are we? Oh shit.
I'll drive. Let's
Friendly UAV online.
Chopper coming.
Thunderbird 3 is in the air. Friendly IAV dropping in. Friendly Wilson deployed.
We got a friendly gunship. Good God.
Yeah.
Heading back for supply. Friendly counter UAV active.
Spawning on you.
Securing Delta.
Nope, guess not. Spawn on C.
We're winning this. Keep it tight. Delta secure. Friendly UAV online. Friendly VTOL jet on station.
Nice.
I'm playing this game.
Alright, let's
just
go
go
for
home.
Cool, but really hard to use.
Yeah.
I'll take the 50 cal.
Hey, this is me!
Oh, you're using the thermal? Nice. You got the last kill.
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn, I went 47 and 13. Pretty good. That'll be a video.